again into my channel Study with Mukesh Raj, where we were dealing with the quadratic equations. And dear friends, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe my channel Study with Mukesh Raj, where studying mathematics is a fun. Now let us, as I had talked about the solutions of the quadratic equations in previous session also, and moving forward with the same thing, that is the solutions of the quadratic equation. Here we are going to deal with the solving quadratic equation or solution of a quadratic equation by the method of factorization. I had taken an example so that it would be helpful for you to understand the concept of factorization. See, solving this equation, which is a quadratic equation, that means we will be having two roots available for this particular equation. In the method of factorization, what we do is we split the middle term by the help of the roots. So this is the basic methodology that is adapted in order to solve this equation. Friends, moving on to this, in order to get the middle term splitted, what we have to do here is we will have to first multiply a with c. Now what is the value of a over here is, the a value stands for 6 and c stands for -2. So what I am going to do is, first I will multiply these two, and what the value we will get here is, it will be -12. Fine friends. So moving on to the next thing, I will have to find out the middle term, the value of the middle term, that is b. Now the b here is equal to -1. So what we have to do in order to get the solution of this particular equation here is that we have to find out the roots, and these roots are supposed to be equal to, on multiplying it should give a value that should be equal to -1 and -12, and on adding it should always produce a value that should be equal to 1. So this is our requirement. So we will have to find out a root, two roots, such that, let's say I am having a root alpha and beta, then alpha should multiply with beta and it should produce a value that should be equal to -12, and if we add alpha with beta, then it should be equal to -1. So any two real numbers, say alpha and beta, fulfilling this requirement will be treated as the solution to the given roots. Now moving forward, what we have to do in the next step is we will factorize 12 to obtain this alpha and beta respectively. I am going to factorize this by using prime factorization method, that is 2, 6, 2, 3, again 3 with 1. So these are the values that we have obtained as a prime factorization, 2, 2, 3 and 1. We have to arrange these values or factors in such a way that on multiplication it should provide us with a value that should be equal to 12, and on adding it should produce a value that should be equal to 1, -1. So what value we can obtain here is that, let's say we obtain a value 4, 2 to the 4 and 3. So on multiplying, it is clear that 4 multiplied by 3 will be equal to 12, and 4 when subtracted by 3 will give you 1. But this is not the ultimate requirement that we are looking for. We will have to add additional symbol to these values. So for that, what we have to do is, if we consider 4 as negative and if we multiply it with positive 3, then we would be able to get a value that is -12. And if we take this 4 -4 and add it with 3, then again we will get a value that will be -1. So from here we can say that the value of alpha is supposed to be equal to -4 and beta should be equal to 3. Now what we have to do here is that after getting these values, we will split this middle term and we will factorize it so as to obtain the value for x. That is the actual solution for the given equation. Putting these values, 6x square minus of 4x plus 3x minus 2 will be equal to 0. Moving forward, let us rearrange this so as to obtain the value solutions for x, respective values for x. 2x, then we have 3x minus 2. From here we can again select plus 1 as its value that could be taken up. Then we have 3x minus 2 is equal to 0. We can write it like this: 2x plus 1 multiplied by 3x minus 2 will be equal to 0. Moving forward, we can say that either 2x plus 1 or 3x minus 2 will be equal to 0. So equating both of them with 0, we can say that 2x plus 1 is equal to 0 or 3x minus 2 is equal to 0. From here we can say that x is equal to minus 1 upon 2 or x will be equal to 2 upon 3. So here we have obtained the values of x. When these values of x will be put inside into this equation, correspondingly the equation itself will get equated to 0. Fine. So moving on to the next example, where we will be looking a different type of example, looking forward into a different type of example. Let us take another example solving by the same method, that is factorization. So let me correct one thing over here, is that on adding it should not be equal to plus 1. Instead of that plus 1, it should be equal to minus 8. So proceeding with this, if I take alpha is equal to minus 4 and even beta is equal to minus 4, on multiplying we will get plus 16, and on adding we will get minus 8. So this is the condition that it fulfills. Therefore alpha will be equal to beta will be equal to minus 4. Now putting these values into this equation, we will be splitting the middle term as minus 4x plus 1 is equal to 0. Now arranging these values, if I take 4x as common, then 4x minus 1. Again if I take minus 1 as common, then we will be getting minus 4x minus 1 is equal to 0. Further we can write 4x minus 1 and 4x minus 1 is equal to 0. Writing again 4x minus 1 is equal to 0 or 4x minus 1 is equal to 0. Further, if I say 4x minus 1 is equal to 0, then x is equal to 1 upon 4. So this is going to be the solution for the given equation. So that is all for today's session. Hope you would have enjoyed this, and please do not forget to like, share and subscribe my channel, that is Study with Mukesh Raj. Let us hope and see you in the next session. Thank you very much.